Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
And we have a trailer here called STUNTWOMEN, Michelle Rodriguez documentary. This is from Joe Blow Movie Trailers YouTube channel. I am very, very excited to check it out. I have grown up around stunt people, training at Los Angeles Valley College and Gymnastics Olympica, White Lotus, Kung Fu, which is now Joining All Movement, owned by Travis Wong and Aaron Toney. Anyway, been around a lot of stunt people most of my life, so I'm very, very excited to watch this and hoping I recognize a few people.
I wanted to be respected, and I didn't want to be respected for a girl. Action!
Wow.
If I didn't have amazing stunt women, my movies just wouldn't work.
It was Matrix 2, Doubling Trinity. When they say rolling and action, you just do superhuman things.
This is bigger than just, oh, she's the right size, the wig fits her head.
Back in the very, very beginning, the women were doing these amazing stunts.
They fought so hard for us to get here that now we don't have that luxury of not being able to do something.
Debbie does most of my driving in Fast and Furious.
I thought you do action movies and you get to have all the fun, and then I realized, no, Debbie has all the fun.
These are really gifted, talented people, but there's a certain element of danger.
There's no way to practice a car hit besides getting hit by a car.
This is pretty much what I use. These are all just little loose pads.
I've broken my legs 3 times, my shoulder, my hand, my teeth, my nose.
Wow. I was given the opportunity to do a cannon roll. Literally was airborne in a car and then rolled 4 times. I remember I saw the footage and I was like, that's my sister!
You're in the car, you're dancing together, and you are dancing with a mechanical beast.
I've been on fire, I don't even know how many times.
I got to do a fight scene with Keanu Reeves on John Wick.
Women can be good stunt coordinators.
3, 2, 1, action. We had to dive together, fall, and then catch ourselves on a beam. It's not a girly girl fight, it's a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Damn.
I know that experience.
Yeah, that's super fun. Wow.
We got to participate in something like that for, of all things, Wreck-It Ralph. A little bit for, not Fast and Furious, but Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
And so for those 2 things, they took us down to racetracks. For Wreck-It Ralph, or Ralph Breaks the Internet, rather, it was at the Willow Springs Raceway. They got us in some race cars with like professional race car drivers around Willow Springs Raceway, which is like one of the like most difficult.
Iconic.
They used it in not 310 to Yuma with Christian Bale.
Yeah, the
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yes.
You know, they were taking us around that at like high octane speeds, and then we hopped into some stunt vehicles a little bit close to Willow Springs Raceway that were like outfitted for stunt driving, and they were doing donuts and 180s and all kinds of drifting
yeah.
and like in these very tight turns and whatnot, and it was really, really fun. So looking at Michelle Rodriguez's face, I'm like, I know what that feels like. It's pretty exciting.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's pretty exhilarating. And I think you and I were in cars at the same time, right?
Yeah, we were in separate cars, but like just kind of zigzagging and like barely missing each other. It was incredible.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
For Hobbs and Shaw, they did a similar thing, putting us in the McLaren.
Yeah.
Also the Dodge Challenger, I think.
I think so.
And then we got to drive vehicles as well. I got
Yeah.
to drive a Lamborghini.
Yep.
And ACHARA drove the Porsche.
Porsche, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think it was more exhilarating being in the passenger seat
Yes.
than it was driving. Because, I mean, for me...
I would say that driving is also exhilarating, but being a passenger with someone who actually knows the machine the way that these people do is like on a whole other level.
Exactly. And so, because like there's a limitation of it, you know, because there's safety measures involved. And so you get behind the wheel, they're making sure you don't wreck the car. That is akin to, I don't know if you guys experience this, but like when I first did my driving practicing with like an instructor so I could get my driver's license, there's a different feeling when someone else is sort of controlling what's happening. I imagine it's akin to skydiving with someone like attached to you. Yeah, tandem. I imagine it's a similar feeling as opposed to you just leaping out the plane by yourself, right? Driving on your own without someone controlling you, I imagine is much more exhilarating. I drive a 6-speed Honda Civic Sports Edition. It's the SI, not the what do you call it? Not the Civic hatchback sports. The Civic Type R. Yeah. Not that. I'm not paying that much money. The SI is more manageable, right? I drive that around the freeways at speeds I shouldn't be, but like I have a lot of fun with that. And I have more fun with that than I had driving the Lamborghini with someone telling me what to do. But I still took from that like certain techniques and whatnot that we applied when we were go-kart racing with Chris J. Alex.
Fun.
Who's also done a lot of stunts.
Yes.
And there was other stunt people there. It was fun. To get back to this, I'm glad they made this documentary because earlier we were talking about sound people because of Kevin James's YouTube channel. He has this sound guy. He like inserts himself into movies and it's really funny. If you haven't seen it, it's great. Similarly, stunt people often seem to be, or at least formerly seem to be, undervalued. Like it wasn't appreciated just how much they're putting themselves on the line.
Right, because they are also kind of invisible as well, and that's their job. Their job is to make the actors look good. Their job is to sell the action. Their job isn't to be like the star of the movie because they already have that. Right.
There's a story, I can't say all the details of the story because it'll give away who told me the story, but for a big comic book film, there's this epic fight scene happening, and for 5 days in the scorching sun, this stunt guy's in a costume, he's beating up these bad guys, and it's like take after take after take, fighting these guys, is sweating, drenched. Day 5 comes along, the celebrity shows up that he's doubling and goes, okay, so what's the last move you did? Pff, like that, okay, cool. Action, boom. Celebrity throws the punch and then walks off the set. That's all he did while the stunt guy was taking blow after blow after blow, sweating in the sweltering heat, working his ass off to make the actor look good, essentially. Yeah. Van Damme once said in an interview, you know, without good stunt guys, he doesn't look good.
They're so important. And I think the thing about this as well is it's stunt women, right? There's that level as well. What I found particularly interesting was this whole thing about at the very beginning of Hollywood when movies were being made, just how many female stunt women there were, and they were doing really daring things, and they paved the way for these women to be complete and total badasses. There's like a whole history there, and it's incredibly interesting.
Corridor Crew does some interesting videos with stunt coordinators and stunt men where they bring on a working stunt guy or a working stunt coordinator who breaks down some of the stuff that you're watching. If you guys are interested in some of the behind-the-scenes nuances of stunt work and fight scenes and whatnot, that'd be a good thing to check out. I highly recommend it. We've done some reactions on this channel to that stuff.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, the guest stunt person was like a friend of mine. I didn't recognize any stunt friends in this, but it's still cool to see nonetheless. Michelle Rodriguez is the coming and going crush that I've had over the years. Like every time I see her in another Fast and Furious movie, I'm like, oh my God. It's just so hot.
This is so cool. It just looks like it's a lot of fun and also very educational as well. I feel like watching this, there has to be something really special about people who want to get into stunts, because hearing stuff like, oh, well, you never really know what it's gonna be like to be hit by a car until you just get hit by one, like you just do it. I'm like, there's nothing in my brain or makeup that would be like, that sounds like a really fun day to get hit by a car, whereas these women are like, yeah, let's do it, and I broke this bone and this bone and this bone, and that terrifies me. So, you know, hats off to you ladies.
To what you were saying earlier, it's cool that they're taking it all the way back to the black and white silent film era and really showing you what stunts used to look like back then. There's a film that I introduced to ACHARA called The Fall. Well, most of you are never gonna see the movie, so I feel comfortable to tell you. At the end of the film, they show you a montage of a lot of the crazy stunt work, a lot of which went wrong, went bad, from the black and white film era, where it's like it had to be done. It had to be real. There was no visual effects. There was no replacement. It was like you did it because that's how you did it. That was the only way to do it, was to actually do it. Showing the likes of Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin and a number of others whose names are not as recognizable but put themselves on the line nonetheless. It's good that they're paying homage to those people from, you know, the former years of Hollywood and showing how it's done today. It's really great that they're doing this.
Yeah.
So anyways, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. And Maybe we did see a friend or two, because I'm seeing Amy Johnston's name in here.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Well, that makes sense.
I wondered if it was her in the video, and I was just like, oh, but she looks different. Maybe that's not Amy Johnston, and it's just someone else that looks kind of like her. I don't know if they actually showed her or not. That's cool that she's in this. I'm glad.
Yay.
If you guys don't know, Amy Johnston was actually on either this YouTube channel or in the Indian
she's
YouTube
on
channel.
The Indian
okay.
side, yeah.
So she's been a guest here on the channel. I've known her for years.
Awesome lady.
Yeah, she's really cool. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media, as well as the Jabs if you feel like doing that. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.